Okay, so I'm just gonna share my screen. All right, hopefully you guys can see everything. Okay, so I was looking for CNY alone just to find the index so I can take a look at it, but I got CNY USD. CNY is like abbreviated for China, for China's currency. This was the only one that I was able to come up with, other than like our usual when we type a pair in and we look for a different type of currency. Well, like usually I'll like type it in and I'll look for like forex.com. All I found was forex-ice. So we'll use that for now. Like I said, I don't really look at China, but it is sort of choppy, I can't lie. On the daily time frame, it's a little choppy.
Yeah, it's too consolidated.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
don't think right now is a good time to enter, dude.
well, we just got news on it. So 10 p.m. Oh, hold on, let me update this. Just gonna update it. Come on. 9:58 p.m. I'm gonna switch my time zone to Central. Save settings. Time. Okay, so 9:25. So go. Okay. Yep. Save settings. Okay, just so you guys know, you guys want to go ahead and like update your settings and stuff. You know, time frame. Just click this, and it will change that for you. And if you just want to look for red folders, you can also update that too. There was a little tab right here that said filter. I don't know what happened to it for mine, but it should be in this corner right here. But okay, yeah. So oh wait, let's see, 8:58. So we're kind of a little late for that. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you guys if you don't mind. Mute. Okay. Cool. So yeah. So now we're looking at CNY, which is China. Hold on. Mute you guys. Okay. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and unmute yourself. This is kind of just like me just freely working with you guys. You guys can ask any questions. It's not like really educational right now. It's just really me just analyzing the market. And I mean, you guys are probably going to learn a lot better rather than me just sitting here and explaining it to you. But everything I'm doing, I'm just going to walk you guys through and just explain it a little bit. But okay, so daily time frame, CNY, USD. Not my usual pair, okay? I've never really looked at China, but for me, it's really more just like an analysis, just because I saw the market. I saw that we had news for China. And so, as our usual, we're just going to go ahead and find support and resistance. That probably wasn't good for me to do right there. I just need to zoom in a little bit more. Just open it up some. Oops. Let me open up the chat. I'm going to leave the chat open. You guys can talk to me that way too. Put it in the corner so I can see who has questions. I'm going to use my crosshair. I know we've been doing the same thing over and over and over, but you know, the more we do it, the more repetition we go through, the better it's gonna get. I'm telling you. We're just gonna keep doing this until you guys get it. And I've been trying to actually show you guys how to use MetaTrader 4 to its fullest potential. The only problem that I was having with it was that I had to do it off of my phone, because I know a lot of you do it off of your phone, including myself. So I have to find out how I can like record it off of my phone and post that for you guys, so you guys know what you're doing. Or if I could find a video off of it, even better, because then it's just already done for you, and probably they'll probably be able to explain a little bit more clearer. Okay, so I see this area being respected, and here as well, right about there. Hopefully you guys see what I see, and if you don't see what I see, shout it out. Screen record with audio. Okay, so that was a part like I'm trying to figure out, is like, how do I, like, I can screen record, like I can screen record my phone, but the audio part, I don't know if it's gonna pick it up. So I'm gonna have to just test that out myself, and then I can go ahead and just like show it to you guys, because that's pretty much the stuff that you guys need. I can show you guys how to mark up all day and like show you guys things that you should be looking for in the market. But most importantly, what's the most important thing is you guys actually like hopping into the market and taking advantage of it, right? So, you know, you guys kind of need to know that part. So I noticed that like the numbering system for the pips is a little different. You know, you don't have another digit after the point. So I'm just gonna round it. Some of them are different like this, okay? Usually Asian pairs. So I'm just gonna round this off to like a 30 or 40. So just 2 digits instead of 3. Ooh, that moved it quite a bit. Nope. I might just do 5s. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5s. Okay, 45. See how accurate this is? Literally like fits perfectly inside of it. Oh wait, we just did that one. Wait, am I missing one? 50, 35, 40, 50. This one can be 55. So we're super close to the market, and we're on the daily time frame. So some of them are going to be a little different like that. Gold is different. We'll take a look at gold. Gold is very advanced. I do not, trust me, and I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I'm here to advise you on things. But I strongly don't, oh my, Dorothy. But I strongly don't recommend you guys hopping into gold until you got your pairs down first. Your US pairs down first. Where did that one go? I'm just gonna do this just to check. What the heck? I did something weird. 0.147. I'm not crazy, right? It's like moving pretty far down. I'm not crazy. 47. Oh, duh. Okay, so 47. Okay, that stays. Sorry, I'm going crazy. Okay, so that stays. That was pretty accurate. Yeah, I'm seeing a little consolidation here. I'm trying to see what they were talking about, but let's look at the dates as well. I'm gonna go back down to the 4-hour. Oh yeah, that is, yes, that was consolidated. And well, this is a pretty good example. This is a pretty good example of respect. Okay, look at how respected these zones were for the key levels. But something tells me that this specific one that I chose, which was actually like Forex ICE, I have a feeling it's not as accurate as like Forex.com. And I mean, I know that from like past experience, but like this is kind of crazy, right? I don't know how I feel about this, but I really just wanted to take a look at the market. But you know, just to save you guys some time, we can just go ahead and look at some other pairs. I don't know if you guys have been on tradingview.com. Hopefully you guys are, and you know, just looking at the market, even if you don't fully understand what you're doing. I hope that you at least like practice like marking up and like just like looking to see if you can find a double top or spot a heads and shoulders or something. But really and truly, that's what I'm trying to understand from you guys is if you guys are doing that. Holy crap, that's like so accurate. Look at that. Fits perfectly into my key levels, which I think goes to show that it's not actually like a good, it's not actually like a good, what do you call it? Like how I use Forex.com. I don't think that it's actually like a good one to use for CNY, but it was pretty much the only one I could find, you guys. But we're gonna go ahead and just skip out on CNY. Not that I don't like trading new pairs. It's really just the fact that I don't think that this one's actually a good thing to use, just because, like, you know, look at these tops, like they're so flat, you know. So I don't think this is a good one to use. Yeah, we're not. Definitely not. Okay, so let's just stick to the pairs we know, right? I'm gonna go ahead and just like look at European pairs, just because the London session starts around what time, you guys? Quiz time. What time? 3 a.m. Eastern time. So Central time, if you live in Central, that's 2 a.m. And if you live in El Paso, which I know I have some El Pasoans, that's 1 a.m. for you guys. So let's see what we can get ready for London. Personally, I don't like trading Sundays, just because the market is still deciding what it wants to do, right? So trading Sundays, to me, it's really uncommon unless I see something for sure that makes perfect sense to jump into, then I'm going to jump into it. But usually I like to trade Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Those are my favorite days. I skip Monday just because on Monday I'm looking to see what the market did Sunday. And I'm looking to see if it completed the total move from Sunday. So I think that Monday, I consider it actually decisive, you know? If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But let's just go ahead and take a look at some pairs, and let's go ahead and mark up for the week. All right? So we're going to go ahead and mark up for the week. And by Wednesday, I want you guys to just look to see if maybe you know, I trust myself, I trust my analysis, but let's go ahead and see what we see, and let's see if that's accurate, right? But okay, so Euro USD, I'm going to start with Euro USD, one of my favorite pairs. Looks like I already marked it up. Excuse me. So what I want you guys to do with me is to take a look at these markets with me too, okay? You know, maybe every day, maybe after Monday, maybe it's making a different trend in the market. Maybe that's a little more accurate. Looks like it was starting to follow my trend that I previously have drawn for Euro USD. For a while now, the market has been heading to the downside since 2018. Up until now, it's been heading to the downside, but I did notice that it was creating a channel to the upside too, so I wanted to keep that in mind. So, you know, daily time frame tells you the whole move of the entire market, and if you watch and analyze the market for a while, you start to know that, like, you start to know certain things about like how the market's moving. And I've always known that Euro USD has been heading to the downside, but a very slight slant to the downside. Like, it's almost horizontal, but it's slightly heading to the downside. And if I were to talk to another expert on trading, I would have been like, oh yeah, you know, we have been heading to the downside since 2018, but I did notice that we were heading to the upside quite a bit. It's kind of following a channel. That person, if they were able to understand Euro USD's movement, would have probably have agreed with me if they saw this channel. But like I said, you know, it's just something that I analyze. So, you know, keep that in mind. But see, right around here, this is kind of where I decided, oh, you know, we're kind of heading to the upside just based off of this one right here. That kind of didn't follow the trend, if it did, it would have probably have gone all the way down here and keep going with this trend to the downside, but it didn't. So I assume that it was going to go up. Okay, that's why I decided to draw this channel right here. And to me, it makes sense. It did break out a little bit, so I'm just trying to see if it's actually going to respect it and go back up, or maybe this is just a heads and shoulders and it might just go back down. Who knows? It might just be playing with me, okay? Perfectly fine to have your own analysis. But, you know, like I have a plan A, there might be a plan B. So the plan B might even just be that it wants to go to the downside and just continue a heads and shoulders sort of trend. So boom, 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 right? It might just do that. Who knows? So I like to keep my options open. Super important to me and super important to any trader who feels the need to actually make, to actually analyze the market, right? So Euro USD has been one of my favorites. I know its movement. I know it like the back of my hand. I wouldn't say like I know it inside out, but you know, I know pretty much enough to say that it's done stuff like this before. Euro USD was actually one of the first pairs I got started with. So, you know, I was pretty much following the trend to the upside right here. See this? I was pretty much following this whole entire trend to the upside. Of course, it was a rocky road because we are on the daily time frame. Of course, you could see it heading to the upside, but you know, I've been in those rocky roads where I was like, oh, it's growing, and then you know, it goes back down, and you know, so it takes time. It takes time to really understand a trade and understand its movements. It's kind of like you treat it as though it's your partner. You got to know how it feels, what makes it react, what key levels does it like, what key levels does it respect or disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty much your boyfriend or girlfriend. So now we're on the 4-hour time frame, and on the 4-hour time frame, I like to look for patterns. That's like the most important thing to me on the 4-hour time frame. If there are any trends, I try to follow it. On the 4-hour time frame, trends are actually pretty important to me too, just because if I'm on the minute and I'm looking at the minute, it may be like fluctuating on my MetaTrader 4. It may be fluctuating and telling me that I'm negative $1 or maybe I'm negative $3, but I know based off of the 4-hour time frame that it's going to the downside or that it's going to the upside. So that negative $4, $7, $1 doesn't scare me. It doesn't bother me, and I'm not scared of it. So that's one thing I know, like a lot of people fear is like that scare. Like they're like, oh, I just lost like $5. Like, what the heck is this? But you know what? It's really just like you understanding trends. It's really just you understanding patterns that are forming. Even if you're looking at it on the 1 minute time frame, you might just be looking at it and it's like, oh my God, like we went up, we went down, like I thought we were going down and now we're going up. What is this? That we were going down. Okay, so we are going down. Okay, I caught, you know, I'm positive again. I'm negative, I'm positive. But you know what I'm gonna do with you guys here? We're already recording the session. I just want to show you guys what I see, and this is what you're going to be looking at in MetaTrader 4. So I would just like for you guys to pretend with me. We're just going to pretend that we're actually in the market, right? And we entered at a certain area. So let me find a good example, a very realistic example for you guys. You know what? I'm going to keep around where the price is at right now, okay? So let's say we marked up on a closer time frame, or maybe we made an analysis that in the past we kind of respected a level, right? So let's say we respected like this level right here. We noticed that it's very respected. Price wants to stick around it, or maybe it bounces off of it. So let's say that this is a level that we think is respected in the market. We kind of had a breakthrough right here, formed a little bit of a double bottom, and then we shot back up, formed a double top, and then shot back down. So that's something we know, right? We understood, we've went over before. So I can say that when we have a double top like this, maybe somebody who's brand new might say, you know what, we're going to the downside, because obviously this is a double top, we are going to the downside. So let's say you enter the market right about here, okay? That double top has formed. We wait maybe like about this key level right here, and we try to match it, right? So let's say we enter right about here, okay? I'm gonna put an E for entry. That was a horrible E, it's okay. So let's say we put an E for entry and we try to follow it to the downside, right? Okay, so mind you, we are on the 1 minute time frame. So if we were to have followed it to the downside, right? We entered right here and we're coming to the downside. Usually what we want to do is to stop around the area where price decided that it was going to head to the top, right? So since we're going down, we're going to stop around the price where it decided to head to the top. So I want to say right about here, maybe even here, was where we decided to get out of the market, right? So let's say this is where we wanted to take profit, right about here, okay? So I'm going to say that right here is our take profit, our TP, in other words, TP, okay? Why? Because that's where price has decided that I want to shoot up, okay? Got it? So we decide that we're gonna take profit right here. Now, let's say that, whoa, okay, the market's still going down though, and you wanna hop back in because you obviously don't wanna miss out on profit, right? So let's say that we're past this point. Let's say we enter right about here, right? The market's going even lower where price was before. So let's say that we have another entry. This is where we enter. Boom. And we keep going back down to the downside. So we notice, or okay, yeah. So take profit, we can go ahead and take a look back in the past. We can say around this area is respected, right? So I can say maybe around here, the market's pretty respected, right? So we decide to put our take profit right about here at this key level. Boom. So now we have entered on two markets. So we had an entry, take profit. Waited a little bit, entry, take profit. So we entered the market twice, right? Go ahead and zoom in a little bit. I always do that, sorry. Okay, so let's say that I entered the market and I expected this to be my take profit, but I didn't set my take profit on MetaTrader 4. And we'll go over this, so don't worry, we will go over how MetaTrader works, but I just want to say, how the market's moving, okay? So our take profit, we decided that at this key level we were going to take profit, but in our MetaTrader 4 we didn't set that. So let's say we went further down right about here, right? We kept going down and then it randomly started going up, and that's not cool. But even though we entered up here, we're still safe, right? Because price is all the way down here. Our entry's way up here. So let's say we are kind of like consolidated, and that's kind of annoying because you lost like $1 or $2. That's normal, okay? That happens. Don't be scared of that. And then the market's like, just kidding. We were just consolidated. we're just going to go back down. Sorry, we fooled you, but that's okay. You're still in profit, right? And then we hit a key level, probably a key level from the past. Who knows? Yep, see? Key level from the past. Okay? And then it shoots back up, okay? Then it's like, oh man, look, I entered right here. Now we're going back up? What do you mean? You know? What do you mean? So the market tends to fool with you sometimes, okay? The market tends to do this to you. I mean, it hurts, okay? We tend to go through this, but really and truly on the 1 minute time frame, you really lost. Let's say you enter, okay, let's say this was your profit that you took, right? Four pips. And so let's say the market is where it's at right now. And so let's say you fall asleep, right? Because it tends to happen sometimes. Let's say the market goes far past your entry point and it shoots back up and you didn't put a stop loss. Now you're negative. Now you lost all the profit that you gained because you entered here, right? But you lost the profit. You passed your entry point and you lost that profit too. So you're up here. Then that means that you're negative. Well, you never go negative. Okay, I just want to let you guys know that. 2, you're down 2 pips. Okay, sucks. It happens. But what I'm trying to say is that you lost 4 pips in profit right here, and then you're negative 2 pips. Sucks. That happens. And then you're all the way up here. Now the 1 minute time frame kind of like messes with your head a little bit. It makes you think like, oh, you know, I'm doing great. Oh, it sucks. Oh, I'm doing great. Oh, it sucks. But, you know, what goes up always comes down. Okay, I'm telling you that. Whenever we're back up or maybe we're negative, there is a chance that you're going to come back down. There's always a chance that you're going to come back down. Even if, you know, you gain what you already had, or maybe you gain even more than what you already had, okay? But the point is just practice. That's the most important thing. You could practice with pennies, you practice with 10 cents, you could practice with $1, with a standard lot, a mini lot, a micro lot, okay? You guys can do this forever. You guys can play with pennies as much as you want. You guys can play with the demo account and we'll go over that stuff. But, you know, I just want you guys to know that the market's not always in your favor, but it's the best teacher. And it's going to show you that maybe some things are accurate. Like, remember when we were talking about this double top and how it just shot back down? Double tops do that. Double bottoms do that. And so when you analyze the market and you see those patterns, that's when you're able to really understand that, you know, okay, I know this for a fact. That's a rule of trading. And so I'm going to go with it and trust my gut. And see, you could have caught all of this. And then, you know, when you felt like you were comfortable, which I would say comfort would be entry, take profit, right above where price decided to go up, then that's good, right? You guys caught that. And then, you know, you see that the market's going back down. That makes sense for you to jump in a little bit further past where the market was before. So you enter, you take profit. The only time you can mess this up where you decide, okay, yeah, take profit, and then, you know, we were kind of around this area and then went back up, is probably because you caught some Z's, you got greedy, or maybe even, you know, you were gambling. You didn't know what you were doing, you know? But I'm teaching you guys things that are going to show you how to actually work the market. And I'm telling you, trading is very, very simple. Trading is very simple. But, you know, these little roller coasters and stuff, it doesn't hurt. It's just the 1 minute time frame, you know? But when you're in favor, when you catch some pips, it feels good. It feels good to catch those pips. And then when you also know what you're doing, it feels even better because you're more confident in the fact that you can trade it, right? But like, let's take a look at something else. Remember, we decided that somewhere around here, we decided that we're not trading this, okay? We don't trade this. This is a roller coaster. This is ugly. It's not fun. And you may have, you know, randomly got into the market. You were like, this is my entry. Maybe you weren't so confident that it was going down, but you were just hungry for some pips, which, you know, is called greed. And that's not very, very helpful when you're in the market. But let's say you're going up and down, up and down. There are times where you might hit back that point where you entered. You might have even caught this, and you might have even lost it, maybe lost half of it. You might have gone negative, you know? So it's really just up to you deciding when are you going to enter the market and would it make sense to you, you know? So what do you look for? You look for things that you've seen in the market before. You know, you want to look for trends in the markets. This right here is called a retest. So, you know, these are to scare you sometimes. And so let's say, you know that the market at this level is going to go up. Let's say we entered around where market has been before. So let's say this is the respected level we enter. So we enter right here. Market decides to shoot up. Sometimes for a new trader, this right here looks kind of scary. This right here looks kind of scary, and we're like, oh crap, let's get out. Let's get out of the market. It's going down. Okay, don't be scared of this. This right here, this is just a retest, okay? And then the market decides, okay, we were just kidding. We're going to go back up. And those kind of things that happen in the market, that's normal. It's just like the banks, or maybe it's like the government or other traders who are making it harder for people to get in. So if we decided that, you know, this is going to be a buy in the market, maybe some people who have noticed that this is a key level, see, even this line is still accurate, and I drew that like all the way back there. Maybe those people have decided that this is a respected key level. Please not draw on the screen, please. Thank you. Okay. But, you know, we may decide that we're going to, you know, and the people who are selling, maybe, okay, sorry. The people who have decided this is going to be a buy, they decided it's going to be a buy, we're going for a buy, right? But a lot of people who understand the Forex market might look at this, look at the past and be like, you know what, but this is a strong key level. What are you talking about? We're going for a buy? Okay. So those people who are like, you know what, we're going for a buy, and the people who like see this key level right here might be like, okay, you're wrong. We're going for a sell. What are you talking about? So that's why this happens right here, this little, you know, up down movement. So it's the people right here, they're like, you know, we're going for a sell. We want this to be a sell and not a buy. So the people who are actually more in favor of a buy, sorry, it's a lot of squiggles. Okay, let me go back. Oh man, I lost my place. Where was it? Crap. Okay, right here. Okay, so the people who decided that it's going to be a buy instead, they're probably in more favor than the people who decided that it was going to be a sell. So that's why these little, you know, boom, boom things happen. And that's like normal. That happens all the time. But see, somebody who doesn't understand Forex or doesn't understand the market, they wouldn't be able to know that, okay? Because if they did, they would be like, yeah, that's just a retest. I'm not scared of retests at all. I'm not scared of this. You know, maybe I went negative a few pips, but I know it's going back up because I know that more people in the market are in favor of a buy rather than a sell. And a key level may not determine that. So just FYI, if you ever see things like this and you decided that the market was going to be a buy and it looks strong enough to be one, you know, just keep a heads up for stuff like that. Know your stuff. Okay, let's see if we can get another example. Let's not try to draw on the screen, please. Just because Dorothy doesn't really know how to take it off when something's drawn. But okay, let's look for another example. Okay, so the 1 minute time frame, let's see how many pips this was to the upside, and let's see why it was going to the upside, right? I know we were trying to like mark up for the month, or mark up for the month, mark up for the week, but let's just like go over this for now, and then Wednesday we can talk a little bit more about what's going on in the market, just because Wednesday we have a more decisive looking market. But yeah, we will definitely go over that. But okay, so we are up about 13 pips to the upside. 13 pips to the upside. It's awesome. Oh, there was more. Oh wait, there's more. Okay, we have 3 minutes. That's okay. Let's say that we were coming to the top like this. That's about 30 pips to the upside, right? 27.2, not too shabby. Oh, I lost it. Hold on. We'll start down here. We're going to the upside, right? That's how many pips? Damn it. Okay. That's about 30 pips. 30 pips. So 30 pips to the upside. Why? Why was that a move to the upside, right? And you see how choppy this is? You gotta go through it, okay? You just gotta go through it. You're gonna be negative, you're gonna be positive, negative, positive. But don't sit there and babysit your charts, because it's only gonna get to your head. But if you decide that there's a trend in the market and you just follow that trend in the market, just follow it, even if it goes down a little bit, even if it goes up a little bit. Maybe one point you're up 7 pips, and then at the next point you're down 4 pips, and then you're up 3 pips, and then you're down 2 pips, and the market just tends to do that. But even with all this craziness right here, if you look at it, let's say you enter right about here. If you think about it, even though this was consolidation and we stuck around this and we went negative a certain amount of pips and then up a certain amount of pips, you could probably have caught maybe 4 to 7 pips or so, right? But even then, at this level, when we reach this level, we would have probably have caught right about the same, right? And then you're just growing 4 to 7 pips, 4 to 7 pips, 4 to 7 pips. And it keeps going and going and going up until we reach that point when we decide the market's way up than what it was before, okay? And that's awesome. That means we have caught profit. And so that's all that matters, rather than just paying attention to the little details, you know? Okay, so I have less than a minute, but this session, I hope this helped you guys understand a little bit more in detail, like how the market's really moving and stuff, and how this stuff really works, you know? But I'll catch you guys on the next session. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys so much.